I feel like a totally different person when the sun comes out. It's amazing. I wanted to change up the location today, you know, something fresh, something different. It's just, I don't know, I feel like when we're in nature, it's me, you, and the trees, and that's it. And you know, the trees be going through their own thing, kind of just like all of us. So you're probably wondering, this is part 3, and you're probably wondering, okay, Raquel, you told me there's nothing to hold on to in video 1, and then you told me it's all me. It all comes down to me. What am I supposed to do with that? What do I do at this point? I'm sure the last 2 years have been transformative for a lot of us. And so actually something I was telling my partner the other day, I was just telling him that, like, okay, we either go up, we go down. Like, everything transpires and conspires and happens, and then we either use it for inspiration, use it to move forward, or we let it take us down. And going down, to me, is not an option. It's important to acknowledge and feel, you know, all of the events and whatever happened, and your own growth, and you feeling like you're hitting up against a wall of maybe your heart being closed off to certain circumstances that occurred. But that means we go up, we become lighter, we become more loving, we become more open people because of it. We don't shut down to life. And to me, that's what lesson 3 is. Lesson 3 just took me full circle in terms of keep your heart open. Staying closed doesn't do anything. It actually does not protect you in the way that you think it is. Like, it doesn't protect you in the way you think it does, and it's not what you think is. I realized that, and I had to go through it myself, is that even if I guard up and I have all my walls and nobody can get in and I'm not going to get hurt and I'm going to match this energy with people and I'm going to make sure that I don't get screwed over or my heart doesn't get broken, you still get hurt. I know. You still get hurt because you're hurting yourself. You are hurting yourself by staying so closed off to life. And I understand, because our hearts break before our first lover ever breaks our heart. Our hearts break in childhood when we have to shift and morph ourselves to receive conditional love from a lot of our parents. Our hearts break way before we ever experience a heartbreak from our first boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever it is. So we've been living with a broken heart, which has created these walls. We've been living so guarded, so reserved, so I can't let anyone hurt me the way I've been hurt again. And it doesn't save you. It doesn't save you. And I know, because in a lot of ways I have a very strong, like, masculine energy and very confident, very assertive in a lot of ways, but I've been hyper masculine energy because I was too afraid to let myself be soft and vulnerable and loved. I had to be guarded, I had to be protected. And I realized that after it all, my feelings still got hurt. And that doesn't mean that I put myself in harm's way, or I'm going to be guarded, or like I'm not going to be guarded towards people who are trying to hurt me. No, of course, like, be wise, be full of discernment. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is that the people who really want to love you, let them love you. It is, yeah, you notice what you miss out on when you realize that you've been closed for so long. And what's interesting is that you can be a very open person, let's say on like the more surface layers of life. You can be a super open person and you're like, yeah, I'm open to this, I'm open to that. You know, I'm so talkative and da 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 da. Great. But when you get down to like the lower, subtle, energetic levels of who you are, you'll meet your walls. You'll meet those things that you're like, whoa, I'm like not willing to go here right now. And sometimes we play games too, like, oh, like I'm really into this person, but I'm not gonna let them know I'm into them, and I'm gonna just push pull with the. It's a lot of holding back. It creates a lot of resentment, and there's not enough like honest communication around it. What's the point to hold back at this point? But I say that again, at this point, what is the point to hold back? Love openly, love fully, and when you get hurt, let yourself get hurt, because it will hurt regardless. The only difference is that you're drinking it in and you're taking it. You're allowing yourself to use it as this like medicinal tea that you're willing to experience the pain so you can experience real pleasure and real connection in life. You cannot escape the pain. You cannot shortcut it. It's not going to work. And as much as we all will like try to find ways to just like escape pain, whatever we can do, when we're coming back to ourselves, we see the ways that we've tried to detour and tried to create escape routes to get away from just feeling how hurt we feel. And I say that let yourself be hurt, but don't hold back in love. And when I say love, I just don't mean like one person that you're interested in and maybe you're in love with. I mean loving your community, loving your friends, like you feeling like you need to show up how everyone else is showing up, which is maybe, depending where you are, who you're around, maybe not that safe, not that vulnerable, and you're like, how do I show up differently? It really takes a lot of courage to do that for yourself, but it's all there is. Love is all there is. Nothing else really matters if you think about it. Community, love, creating things that, you know, inspire your life and like fulfill your soul. Those are the things that really matter. And if you're focused and fixated on growing those things, you will find flowers in your garden. You will not be empty-handed. But it's just getting to a point, like if I can come back to the lesson again, is just stay open. Let's go up from this. Continue to open your heart even more. See the things that cause you pain as things that are helping you heal, that are creating a vast perspective of life and the ability to experience the range of all emotions and still be okay and still be here and still know that, you know, your mind, your emotions, even the things that have happened to you, they were never you. They were never you. And it's okay to feel all of them. You're safe to feel all of them. Like, and we can do that together. There are people out here, there are communities out here who are really committed to the work and want to help, you know, step by step, like we're holding hands and just like leading each other home. There are people that are going to love you beyond your wildest dreams. You just have to make that step, right? That super big, brave step to commit to keeping your heart open and seeing all that follows after that. I know, guys. It's a lot. It's such sacred work, but it's also just like the most intense, like mind-boggling, sky-shattering work at the same time. And it's not for the faint of heart. But you can tell, like, the people with the biggest hearts and are just like, they're just I don't know, they're just like hugging your soul just by meeting them. You can just feel just the ability, their ability to trust life and trust themselves and really give it all, like give themselves entirely to this present moment and to their mission here is just yeah, I think it nourishes everyone around them. And so you have the ability to be that kind of soul. It's just about doing the work with yourself when no one's watching, how you choose to see things coming in your life, how you choose to maybe interact with those who may not have a lot of capacity for love or honesty or care, and being able to meet them with compassion. Because, I mean, we all know, like, consciousness is nothing without compassion. If I'm raising my consciousness level and I'm becoming less compassionate and I'm becoming more judgmental or arrogant, then I'm not really raising my consciousness level, you know? It's like it's supposed to open us up and make us more tender. And tenderness will teach us so much. Yeah, it will teach us a lot. So that is, we've wrapped it up. We're done. So if you haven't watched the other two videos, this video might make a lot more sense because I'm like pulling them all together. And I'm rooting for you on your journey. On an energetic level, I think we're all capable of living what we truly deserve.